Welcome back, Networking Squared. Mr. Al Crawford in here. I am Jerry O, and Bob DiTomaso over there with his headphones on, sitting in front of the big fuzzy microphone. Thank you, Bob, for being here.
I love this big Nerf ball, Jerry. It's just, I just want to bat on it and stuff.
That's a good thing.
Hey, Jerry, I wanted to share something. You do realize that this 45 minutes of our show is going to probably be the only opportunity until Tuesday that people are not going to hear a politician insulting another politician.
Oh, my goodness. Well, maybe we can insult each other. I can't imagine an hour going by without us getting on each other. You know what? I wanted to go back to networking groups. And now we've talked a little bit about the chambers and how important they are. Let's talk about getting involved with a networking chapter that you meet with a couple of times a month and what you're doing when you're there.
Well, that's a great start. And one other thing I did want to bring up, though, is that there is a networking organization out there right now. I won't mention their three initials, but in their bylaws, it says that it is illegal. It is illegal to belong to another networking group. I wonder how many people are in prison right now because they went to their chamber or went somewhere else on a Tuesday afternoon.
You know what? I've not yet seen somebody jump into the boardroom, throw my arms up on the wall, and tell me to spread them. So, we at Local Business Network want you to work with everybody. So, join the chambers, get involved in a networking group, but we're here to teach. And when you are with those people, those 15, 20, 25 people that are in a networking group, it's not just walking in and throwing your business card at somebody. What's really cool is I can go to these networking groups and nobody is selling to me. What are they doing?
The point in the philosophy that we teach, especially in Local Business Network, is learning how to sell through as well as to. And that's critical, understanding that through. It's teaching the people around you what it is that you do and how they can help you. And their job or their responsibility is to be your part-time sales staff. They have to be looking out for you. So the misnomers that people have is they think that these networking opportunities, they think that's when the networking happens. The reality is that that's a celebration of what you've done over the last 2 weeks.
Great point. I mean, it is a great point. I don't want to go into a room where 20 people are trying to sell to me. It's just not going to work. I'm not going to buy 25 things from people. So teach me what you do and allow me to learn you, to become a friend with you, and be your advocate when I'm out on the road talking to other business people.
Right. So a lot of it is when you go to a networking function, it is two things. It's one, it's listening. Listen, take notes if you need to. Listen to what people are saying and make sure that when you walk out of that room, you understand what they do. If you don't, ask them, because that person is your sales force. If they don't understand what you do, how can they ever refer somebody to you?
And you're there with this group of people. You become friends. It becomes a fraternity. And as you're working on your 60-second elevator pitch, you try new things in front of those people. They're going to give you positive feedback how to make you the very best you can be.
That's perfect, Jerry, and I think that it is critical. Use your support system. Use that chapter that you visit all the time as your so-called guinea pigs. They're going to give you the positive reinforcement that you need so that when you're out there with strangers, it's something where you can feel comfortable that what you're saying is understood, it's clear, it's concise, and it's positive.
Well, those are the things we like to teach here at Networking Squared. I did want to ask Al, and I don't know a whole lot about LinkedIn, only what I hear when you're talking in the other office. How did LinkedIn get started? Was it a thing where people just connected with, or what was going on there?
Well, I think with the movies coming out about Facebook, I think everybody can see that and understand how that happened. The reality is it was kind of a similar story. It was a college situation just as Facebook had, but it was these kids were trying to find jobs, and they understood that this was a high income college. And they knew that mommies and daddies were CEOs of companies. And what they really started as was a job search forum. And that's what it is. At last reports I saw, there's 80 million people on LinkedIn. And here's the demographics. Average age, 41. Average income, over 110,000. More than 65% are college graduates. And it generates more than $100 million a year from the job search portion alone.
That is amazing, and I don't think people realize that LinkedIn is really job search. And now the difference sort of between Facebook and LinkedIn, I'm not going to go over to LinkedIn and play Farmville, right?
There's no games on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is about who you are. It's your resume. It's a walking resume. And it's something where I welcome anybody to invite me. Look at Al Crawford. It's a very generic name, but I have a network of just shy of 15 million. So I will be the first Al Crawford that you will see. And it's something where I welcome your invitation. But it's something that you need to have this exposure. It needs to be there because it's being expected now.
So when you have something going on in your business life, you can put it out on LinkedIn and say, look, this is what I'm trying to do, what I'm trying to accomplish. And from all of those contacts, you will get responses. Is that correct?
Absolutely. And here's another statistic, Jer. There are 2 million people in Southeast Michigan on LinkedIn right now.
2 million. That's the contact. Those are the people we should be contacting. So the difference between Facebook and LinkedIn, Facebook more social, more fun, family, friends?
Yeah, I guess the separation I would use, Jerry, is that if it's people that you do business with are people that you know, like, or it's their friends, Facebook is where you need to start. If you're looking for an outside, something that you can't find within that circle, LinkedIn is where you need to be marketing your company. You need to be communicating with those groups of people that you can educate on what you do. You need to become an expert in groups. You can belong to 50 groups. And what I teach people is how to touch 2 million people a week. 2 million people a week, spending no more than an hour and a half a week doing it.
Well, these are the kind of things that you can learn by having Networking Squared come out to your office, your corporation, your business, any group that might want to learn these things. They are tied in hand with all of the chamber groups, with all of the other networking things that we're talking about, and we're really going to go into depth in these next few weeks on each of these items. Bob, thanks, man, for being here today.
Oh, it's great. I have a face for radio, I've been told, so I was excited to get the opportunity.
Yeah, we've been told the same thing a lot as well, but thankfully your pictures make us look a little better than we really do.
Well, we're going to have some of those pictures on there. We appreciate you being here. We appreciate the fact that we can talk about all of these items. We want people to give us some feedback. Please put it on our Facebook. You can Facebook me either on Networking Squared, or you can go to Jerry Olson on my Facebook and let me know what your questions are. Mr. Al Crawford.
Al Crawford, that's, again, same thing on Facebook and LinkedIn. I welcome your invitations. We all need to work together. There's nobody's the enemy. Everybody has to help each other.
Well, in Southeast Michigan, we know that things are kind of tough. We are trying to give ways to make contacts for people. I know that I don't want to keep beating to death Facebook and LinkedIn, but you get to touch people outside of your office, outside of your realm. Always. Well, what about posting, Al?
On
Facebook or on LinkedIn?
Well, I think that really what you're looking at is that you need to take advantage of that. Every day you should be posting something that's teaching the people in your sphere what you do. I think there's this misnomer that people know what we do, and that is one of the most misunderstood things. People don't understand. And you're not bombarding people with anything. You're simply sharing information that's educating people. The way I always look at it when I do a training is I kind of throw the guilt complex at people, and I'll say, shame on you if somebody you love gets taken advantage because they didn't know what you do for a living.
Yep. So we want to help everybody, and we've got some exciting shows coming up here in the next couple of weeks. We are really going to tie into what networking is, how to do it, how we can help you. So that's what we're going to do. Give us that feedback. We absolutely love it. Mr. Al Crawford, have a great Halloween this weekend, eh?
I can't wait. I'm having my haunted house tomorrow night. I can't wait to scare the crap out of the little kids.
All right, Bob, what do you got to say?
I had a great time, and pictures will be up shortly. Very fun.
All right, this is Jerry O, Networking Squared. We are signing off. We're going back to work to put together next week's show.
Happy Halloween.
Networking Squared is brought to you by the Crawford Connection and Local Business Network. Get connected with Jerry and Al. Visit localbusinessnetwork.com.